Over the past couple of years, I've noticed some worrying trends. Every year, it becomes harder to impress E3 crowds. They all post that sleepy guy face, now even when there's good stuff on the screen. Soon, they could show off a full-fledged virtual isekai world, and people would still say it looks like a phone game. Everybody's dopamine receptors have been absolutely barbecued at this point. They're in need of novel drama and novel stakes to get and hold their attention. At the same time, brands desire an ever-increasing presence in our minds, and are actively seeking out new ways to expand their mental real estate. Historically, their domain has been connecting themselves with as many mental associations as possible, so they come into your thoughts as much as possible. It seems like this has been stagnating a bit lately, branding and logos turning into a homogeneous slurry of nothing. I mean, look at the current ad meta. It revolves around offending children's sensibilities with weird cringe to bait them into talking about your product.
When the drip is respectable.
This is clearly unsustainable. Finally, VTubing, a newish offshoot of live streaming, where the broadcaster puppets around an avatar and plays a character, has massively taken off in the last year or so. The big, company-connected ones act like Japanese idols who play video games. Novelties including releasing original songs written in character, singing live in character, sometimes using a 3D model and elaborate virtual environments as a stage, and being introduced in sets called generations, after they're accepted through a highly competitive application process. It's a bizarre novel mix of live streaming, mikuism, and professional wrestling kayfabe. These trends may seem unrelated at first, however, two of them are already obviously intersecting. A couple of brands have already gotten their foot in the door introducing brand representative VTubers, or BTubers, brand tuber. Mostly, it's been anime-related companies so far, but it's spreading, and I expect it to continue. Previously, ads have been content to fight over our associative memory, but with BTubers, they will attempt to spread into the limited mental space dedicated to maintaining relationships we have in our head. Soon, all advertising will be replaced by short streams held by consumer product-themed anime girls. They'll shill their product, or try to get people to form an attachment to them by singing or playing around in a gimmick stream. This will absolutely work. Otherwise, poor products will find market success if their anime girl is cute enough to form a fanbase of her own. The exact same way a lot of mediocre games and shows can get carried by a single good design or two. The stan problem will only become further exacerbated as fanatical devotees attach themselves to VTubers. Try to get your burger corrected at McDonald's and you'll soon find yourself flanked by Clussy cultists. Rival fan bases will frequently get into violent clashes. The name and last words of those who die for the VTuber will be read out like a super chat. And this will just be an unintentional byproduct of the whole situation, not the novel drama required to impress the previously mentioned Twitch chat creatures. VTubers connected to well-performing products and brands will be treated like royalty. Their avatar will emit an overpowering smug aura, while the puppeteer sings karaoke in their McCastle. Poor performers, on the other hand, will be subject to abuse. They'll limp out onto streams with models that dynamically reflect their injuries and beg the audience for help. Stream plugins will let viewers see how much of what's coming out of their eyes are tears and how much of it is melted brain tissue from the microwave torture. VTubers who continue to disappoint will continue to receive severe punishments. Sometimes instead of a single broadcast as a commercial break, what'll come on will be a big compilation of all the bottom performers with elevator music playing to drown out the Finally, product is discontinued due to poor market performance. Its representative VTuber will be brought on to do one last broadcast, which will then end with a thematic Danganronpa style execution. This may seem unnecessary, but the system requires the constant threat of death as a motivating factor to maximize consumer engagement. Anyway, super chat your Oshi manual typewriter for your only hope of the future, or something.